Hey guys, Dan Genzel, and I wanted to do a follow-up video and offer more sources to find potential capital, because the response to my first video was, at least to say, overwhelming. But so let's talk about a couple other sources to go find your capital today, and these are a little bit more advanced, but nevertheless I wanted to talk to you about them. So what I did back in the late 90s, early 2000s is, after I got a real good credibility kit put together, I went out and I wanted to hire my professionals. I wanted to find a really good accountant. I wanted to find a good transactional attorney, and a couple other trades. But let's talk about accountants and attorneys right now. So with respect to some of the bigger houses in the accounting industry, there are people that in those companies that used to be accountants, but they're really in charge now of business development. And these guys love to be matchmakers. So they love to put their clients together with other clients to facilitate deals, and everybody's happy. And of course, the accountants get a lot of the fees, tax return prep, all this kind of stuff. And so there's a real benefit to putting these parties together. So what I would encourage you to do is take half a dozen of the bigger accountants in your town, and again, this is with your credibility kit and your presentation polished. Call them up and say, hey, my name is Dan Genzel, and I'm a real estate investor, and I am looking for a advisor to help me out on structuring my real estate deals. Would you have time to grab a cup of coffee, or if I swing by your office and talk about my business plan and what I've done in the past? And more often than not, you're going to get resounding yeses, and these accountants are going to want to meet with you. So what that does is that starts the relationship building. And when I was doing a lot of deals, I had different accountants handle different partnerships. So I had a few different accountants in any given year. I had one that did my personal returns. I had one accountant that handled a couple other K1s for the deals I was doing, a couple other accountants that handled other K1s. So I had ongoing relationships with a few different parties. And once they realize who you are and your sincerity in what you're doing, they're going to then be able to offer help to help you raise your money in the right way to do it. And oftentimes, when the timing is right, you ask them for their help. And again, in my courses and in my coaching, I walk you all through this. So another advisor that I would encourage you to really get to know well is your real estate lawyer. And oftentimes in these law firms, the partners have investment funds that they pool some of their money together out of their revenues, and they put into deals. And it may be a tech company, it may be an operating company, but a lot of these guys put money into real estate deals, and they would love to do it with their clients. So, and again, get to have relationships with a few different lawyers. So you should do that, because lawyers are busy and they're not busy, and busy and they're not busy. So you should have a couple different relationships anyways. But they're going to see how you're putting your deals together, and then it's going to be an automatic where you can ask them for assistance in putting the equity together. And they can refer you to the tax attorneys that have relationships with high net worth guys. They can refer you to the estate planning attorneys that obviously are putting complex estates together for high net worth individuals. And working hand in hand with those attorneys, they can help introduce you to clients, and you help them out by expanding their practices too. So those are just a couple more tips on how to develop relationships with advisors and professionals that can assist you in funding your deals. Thanks, and keep on the lookout for more videos.